Hello and welcome to the demonstration for this automation HubSpot Form to VAPI call. The goal is to showcase how this automation connects your HubSpot CRM with VAPI for seamless data handling and call management that is done through these modules. I will explain every details of this configuration for this scenario, the tools that are involved and how it simplifies the process of your business needs. I will start by showing the modules that we have used. Firstly, we have used a webhook that is triggered when a contact is created in HubSpot. So this is a form. If I click on schedule a free consultation, it lands me to this page. And when I fill this form, a contact is created in HubSpot. And when the contact is created, this particular webhook is triggered because a contact is created on a webhook and the form submission is triggering this entire automation. And all the data that is filled inside this form is collected inside this particular webhook. So as you can see, this is the webhook. This is the webhook URL that is copied and pasted to the designated site. And then I have added a module for tools that is a delay. So sleep module is added and it just delays the scenario for 299 seconds so that there is no discontinuation of data. It ensures that the data is fully processed before being sent out. It prevents any race conditions and ensuring that the automation doesn't fail or processes the incomplete data. Next, we have a module that is get contact details and it gets the contact by a contact ID. What this module does is it is retrieving the detailed data and the relevant fields. I will show you the fields and it is then made available for the VAPI call. So we are just selecting the description, budget, month and the custom fields also. All the data that we need. So description of the first engagement, entire budget, first name and the custom fields. So all these custom fields are created inside the HubSpot eventually, and we are also parsing the custom fields and we are parsing it as yes so that the numbers and the detailed data is as we want. So basically all this data is coming from this particular form, that is name, last name, email, phone number, the brief description for the project, and then we are also analyzing it later in the scenario. I will show you. So this is the next module. Next module is for updating a contact. So after getting the contact details, it is updating the similar contact for the ID that is coming from this 51 module. As you can see, this is the ID, and in the key we are matching the phone number and replacing the phone number's hyphen with an empty string so that it matches the correct format. The next module that we are using is the OpenAI ChatGPT module, that is create a completion text. In this model, we are using the ChatGPT 4.0 latest system model. The role is as user, and in this module what we are actually doing is we are analyzing if the lead is legit or not. So based on the description that you have provided in this particular field, it is going inside the ChatGPT module. As you can see, name, email, phone number and description, and the validation criteria are given. So analyze the form based on customers provided description and determine. So basically, if the person is genuinely interested about app development or mobile development or anything that is a company's core technology, it will be accessing and marking the lead as legit, and it will provide the response in this particular JSON. It will provide a JSON with two keys, that is one is legit and it will contain yes or no, and the second one is reason for yes or no and it will describe the reason for the decision. So yes, if the description contains relevant keywords, intent or specific interest in SaaS beyond just tech details. So basically we just have provided a criteria so that it contains all these keywords or it matches a certain criteria so that the company knows that the actual lead is legit or interested, or if it's just a spam or a bot filling out the form. Then the next module we are using as a router. So if the lead is yes, so if the lead is no, as we are using in this filter, one second. in this particular module, we are just updating a note. So we are using a create a note, and it is updating a note for the lead and the result for that legit or not reason, and the reason for yes or no. So legit lead, if it's legit, yes or no, and the reason for that lead. So for the contact, it is creating a note for that contact if it's legit or not. Then the next module that we're using is a sleep module. We are again adding a delay for 10 seconds. Now for this particular automation, I'll show you two routes. So there are two routes. If the legit reason is yes, and if the legit is no. So if the lead is legit, that means for the first route, if the result in the legit contains yes, so that is the lead is yes, then it will list meetings for a contact, and then it will iterate those meetings and put it in a text parser, as you can see in the slot aggregation. So I'll show you one by one. So this is the list meetings for that contact. It is listing all the meetings, as you can see in this meetings. So we are selecting the meetings field, and list associations is the module that we are using. And now we are again adding a router, because there are two conditions. If the meeting is existing already, so it should iterate those meetings and provide a meeting that is not overlapping or colliding with that meeting. So then the meetings that is coming from this particular modules is iterated, and then it is a get a meeting for the meeting latest information. So we are mapping the associated object ID, and we are just getting all the fields in this get a meeting module. So this is getting, this is outputting the meeting that is associated with that contact. And now there are again two routes, that is if the future meeting is found, so that the activity date is later than equals to now. So what it does is, if it's beyond the now time, that is beyond the current time, this particular filter will pass and it will go to route 1. And if the activity date is earlier than or equals to now, that means it is in the past and it is not in future, so it will go on this route, and this route will be triggered. The sequence of the action will go into this route, second route. Then we are just adding a data store. We have this particular data store that contains all the necessary prompts, as you can see, follow-up prompts, booking confirmation prompts, and every prompt that we are needing. So this particular prompt is for VAPI. It is a API call for VAPI, so it contains all the necessary fields that will be, as you can see, HubSpot first contact name, last name. These all fields are the variables that will be mapped in the actual API call. And as you can see in this, no meeting, we are going on the first route. So this is just getting the contact details for that particular contact again, and it is going for a confirmation. So after it is selecting the after booking confirmation call with banned questions. So BANT is just a questionnaire that the company has provided that analyzes budget, authority, need, and timing of the project. So it is just answering basic questions, BANT questions. And then after that, we are just putting a call. So this is also a filter that meeting should not be booked. So obviously the meeting should not contain yes as booked, because we are providing a call in this VAPI to book the meeting for the necessary available slots. Now this module, that is the meeting confirmation with banned questions, contains an API call for the VAPI, that is this API. It is created and it is creating an outbound call. So we have provided necessary headers, and this is the API calling. So what this does is it creates a call, as I will show you in the demo. It creates a call and it asks the necessary questions based on the form that you have filled here. So it will ask necessary questions, it will ask banned questions, and the prompting is already done inside the VAPI assistant, and the prompting is also given here. So we have given the prompts in this particular section so that it answers and behaves the certain way. And lastly, we have meeting confirmation information message. So we are using a Twilio module, and we are using a phone number for Twilio, and we are sending the message that the meeting is booked for this particular date, and we are excited to hear from you. That's it. And in the next, we are creating a SMS note. So we are creating a note that the call has been scheduled and the SMS has been sent, as you can see in this. So meeting is booked by the prospect, hence AI call and SMS was sent. So AI call ID and Twilio SMS ID is being recorded for the statistics. And now in the last, we are just putting the meeting booked field update as yes. So in this particular option, we are selecting that the meeting booked should not equal to yes, because we are updating the contact to contain that the meeting booked field should be yes. So the key meeting booked should contain the value as yes. And that's it for the first route. Similarly, for the second route, if no meeting is existing, we are listing and getting slots from the calendar. We are using a API for the HubSpot for getting available slots, that is time zone. We are replacing the time zones, and then we are just providing this available slots. We are iterating those slots up according to the availability, and then we are aggregating the slots, as you can see in this. And after that, this is a follow-up with band, that we are getting the correct follow-up prompt from this data store. And then we are just scheduling a call again and then creating a note for that call log that the meeting was booked. Yeah, that the meeting is booked and the call is being sent to this prospect. So it's just a note. Similar process is also carried out for the no meeting exists route. We are getting available slots from the HubSpot calendar, iterating those slots, aggregating those slots, and then calling the particular client or the prospect, and then creating a note for that prospect in HubSpot CRM. And if the lead is not legit, so we are just list meetings for that contact. That means it should not contain any meetings, it should not contain any associations if the lead is not yes. If the meeting is existing, it should just find the meeting and delete the meeting. So we are just getting a meeting from this particular module. We are getting the meeting for that particular contact, and then we are deleting the meeting and creating the note that the meeting is deleted. And for the second route, we are just updating the contact as the meeting booked is not required, so that the contact is updated with the correct meeting booked field. That's it for this particular scenario. It creates a call, outbound call to the prospect client via VAPI, and it contains the details that are filled inside this particular form. So I will just show you a sample call. In this particular scenario, I'm just running this particular VAPI module for creating an outbound call. I'm providing the details hard-codedly. I'm providing my number, I'm providing the budget, and I'm providing the time zone. This is just mapped from the previous field, so I'll just put any random default values. And I'm providing, so this text contains the available slots. For right now, I'm providing the slot as February 24, 2025 as 4 p.m. so that it says that this particular slot on the call. And I'm just pasting the correct prompt with the correct assistant ID. And if I run this, I should get a call on my mobile. You'll see that. So right now I'm getting a call.
Hey, I am Sarah, representative from Daz.
Hi,
I
Sarah.
am calling in regards of your recent service request on our website.
Hey there.
Hi, Isha. I hope you're doing well. I noticed you submitted an inquiry about a mobile app for recipe generation with a budget of $6,000. I wanted to check if you'd like to book a meeting to discuss your project further. Would you be available today, tomorrow, or the day after? Let me know your
when
preferred
are your
time.
available
And
slots?
the earliest available slot we have is tomorrow, February 24th, 2025 at 4 p.m. IST. Would that work for you, or would you prefer another day? Let me know and I can share more options if needed.
Okay, that would be available. That would be nice.
Great. I'll book the meeting for tomorrow, February 24th, 2025 at 4 p.m. IST. I'll send you a confirmation via email shortly. Before we wrap up, can I ask you a few quick questions about your project to prepare better for the meeting?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. Here are a few questions. 1. Can you briefly describe your project and the services you need: mobile app, web app, design, or something else? 2. Are you the decision maker, or is there a team handling vendor selection? 3. What's the main challenge or goal you're looking to solve with this project? 4. When do you plan to start, and are there any key deadlines? 5. Do you have a budget range in mind for this project? 6. Would you be willing to sign an NDA for this? Let me know your answers one by one.
Okay, I don't want to answer those questions right now. Thank you so much for calling.
No problem at all, Isha. Thank you for your time. I'll confirm the meeting for tomorrow, February 24th, 2025 at 4 p.m. IST, and send you an email shortly. Looking forward to discussing your project further. Have a great day.
Have a great day. So you saw that I had a conversation with the AI, and I did not answer the banned questions for the sake of this video, and this is the whole automation. So that is the whole automation, and I'll just summarize it for you. So what it does is this is the webhook that contains the HubSpot CRM form integration, and this gets the contact details. The contact details are then used for creating an outbound call using an HTTP module for VAPI, and then the details collected on the calls are saved, and then the meeting is also logged in the HubSpot custom fields. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.